Hello, and welcome to the review of Crispy Bacon, the first mixtape by Lai Ruiwen. Now, the first thing going into this project, if you listen to it, you have to realize the audio is terrible. It's just really bad. It wasn't professionally mixed. When Lai Ruiwen raps, he plays the music and he raps along with it. There's no pauses, there's no editing, there's no tuning it or anything, there's no engineering behind it. It's just him rapping, no breaks. If he messes up, he messes up. He's got to re-record it. Also, he recorded it on a Philips Go Gear Area MP3 player. So it's not the best voice capture. Okay, so it sounds bad. But other than that, also audio is bad because on some of the songs he couldn't find the instrumental for, so he just played the original song and rapped over the original song with the original artist on it. So it's pretty, that was only on a couple tracks, I think about 4 maybe of the 15, so really there's no excuse for that. He should just found a different instrumental. It's pretty bad. But mixtape starts off with the track I'm Still Here, which is to the beat of Started From the Bottom by Drake. It's a pretty good intro song. Kind of gives his work history on the second verse, and then at the end of it has a cool Mandarin Chinese part, which is pretty neat. And then the second song is the only collaboration in the whole mixtape, Dissing Dan Part 1, featuring MC Pigu Sha Ba, which translates to MC Ass Chin. So it sounds like Lai Ruiwen and this MC Pigu Sha Ba traveled to China together, and they're kind of rapping about their traveling and then just their kind of rivalry and slash friendship. It's a pretty good collaboration. You should check it out. And then the third song, No Food in the Fridge. Not a bad parody, just a straight up parody of No Church in the Wild. So it's a pretty good song. No Food in the Fridge is decent. Journey for a Wife is a parody of Soundtrack to My Life by Kid Cudi. It's alright. It's kind of cheesy, kind of corny, but it's alright. The hook's pretty good. I like the hook. The number 5 song is pretty impressive. It's called Nacho Average Gringo. Kind of a pun there. But it is a song entirely in Spanish. Like a 5-minute song to the beat One Train by A$AP Rocky and a bunch of other people. But there's a lot of cool lines in this song. There's so many in there. It's just funny. It's a pretty good one. And it's pretty impressive that a guy who isn't a non-native speaker of Spanish, but no, he is a non-native speaker. Well, he doesn't speak Spanish fluently, but it's pretty impressive that he was able to make a decent rap song in Spanish. It's pretty impressive. There's a lot of cool lines in there, like a line about Sábado Gigante, just a lot of cool lines in there. Like one saying, "Don't tell my mom that this song has bad words in it." It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The next song, 4/5, is kind of like I don't know. It kind of sounds like it was inspired by a Childish Gambino song. What was that song called? Hold You Back. I think that's what it's called. Kind of inspired by that. Kind of about being biracial. But I don't know. Sounds like he's being Logic. The number 7 song, Read Manga Not Books, is the first one where he's rapping over the person's original song. Kind of bad, tacky, but it's pretty cool. I mean, if you're into manga and kind of nerdy like that. The next song, Videogames, it's lame trash. The lyrics are subpar and it's a weak delivery. Feel cool references like all I need is a keyboard when I walk into the house of the dead. Reference to Typing of the Dead, a very cool Sega Dreamcast game. You should check that out. The Beautiful Joe song, it's not that great. The Lai Ruiwen wrote it when he was in middle school. So, the Pokemon song, another song that was written when I was in middle school. Ballad of a Paperboy, an a cappella song about delivering the newspaper. I mean, it's kind of cool. And then the number 12 song is probably the best track, Pooping Problems, a parody of A$AP Rocky's Effing Problems. And in my opinion, it is better than the original song. Pooping Problems, man, it's funny. Like, it's hilarious. The first verse is just excellent. The second and the third verses are good too. The hook is pretty decent too. It's just got a good flow to it. Like it's just really great. Pooping Problems, best song on the album in my opinion. And then song 13 is Crispy Bacon, which is the title track for this mixtape. It's an a cappella, like a minute and 20-second song, just about crispy bacon and how it's delicious. It's not bad. Number 14 was I Had a Job, which is another song where he's rapping over the original song. Well, it's more like a singing, I guess. It's an Iggy Pop song that he sings over. It's just about him losing his job, and he feels like he lost it unfairly. Basically, that's what it boils down to. The closing track, PMG, is just a rap song that's just kind of like random rap. It's got a decent, catchy hook, but he's rapping over the original Kid Cudi song, which is just tacky. Like, you need to find another beat or look harder for an instrumental or something. But overall, the sound quality is just amateurish. It's just like it's pretty bad. The collaboration was good. Lai Ruiwen pretty much carries this mixtape by himself. You know, he's just doing it by himself. Just has one friend on the track, MC Piku Shaba on Dissing Dan Part 1. So I give him respect for that he didn't just fill it up with a bunch of random features. There's a ton of room for Lai Ruiwen as an artist to improve. He can definitely record better. He can not rap over this actual song when people are singing on it. His delivery, he could practice more, because there's times on the songs where he kind of stumbles over what he's trying to say. But it's more of a parody rap type of mixtape. It's kind of like going more for jokes, like Pooping Problems, No Food in the Fridge, Journey for a Wife. I see all those as like just pure parodies. I would say the best tracks by far, number 1 is Pooping Problems, Nacho Average Gringo is really good, Dissing Dan Part 1, and No Food in the Fridge and 4/5 are my top 5 tracks for this mixtape. I think they're pretty good. The worst tracks I would say are Videogames and I Had a Job. And I'm going to give this, as his premiere mixtape, I'm going to give it a score of 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 for Lai Ruiwen's Crispy Bacon and Other Odd Songs mixtape that was originally released August 2013.